Hello and welcome to my ugly duck video. I wanted to make a video about a really ugly sword being beautiful in some other way other than the aesthetics. And I thought this would be a great example because this is such an ugly sword, the 1908. There's nothing pretty about it. The designers had no interest in making anything aesthetically pleasing. It was all about function. And this is a one-handed thrusting weapon, in my opinion, is just, well, in my opinion, is crap because I've handled so few swords that are thrusters or thrust-centric. I'm just shocked at how great this sword performs. Before I go any further, I should talk about the grip. Yeah, there is a manufacturer's suggested grip, which would be great if I was trying to stab German people through the head from my horse, but I'm not on a horse. I'm in front of an opponent, on my feet, so I pistol grip it. This moves the pommel in the base of the handle farther away from my hand, and I can index the tip using my thumb and my first finger, just like I would with a side sword, just like I would with a rapier. I should say right off the hop here too, this footage is years old, long before I started studying any Bolognese with Giovanni. So there's no stoccata, no imbroccata, no punta ferma. There's nothing like that. There's just me using eye-hand coordination to try to put the point on target. Just like that. Now, that's what's beautiful to me about the sword, not the way it looks to my eyes. I had to paint it. You can see that I painted the giant bowl guard because it was just grotesque. I think it looks better now. At least it matches my gloves and my belt. So there's that. Really, it's ugly. But it works better than anything else you could put in your hand. Nothing else is more thrust-centric. And I was testing myself here. These mats are terrific. You don't get 2 cuts and it's over. You get hundreds and hundreds of thrusts. You get hours of pleasure compared to cutting. There should be more backyard thrusting. The reason I'm pinwheeling it around like that, the reason I'm moving it at all, is because I'm trying to test myself. I don't want to just stand there and stare at the target and then thrust, like staring at the target for a minute before I try to cut. I don't need to stare at it that long. If I do, then I have to fix that. So I found this more challenging to try to move around, and then take control of the sword, focus the tip, and launch it. So move around and launch it. And that was a mistry. Try again immediately after. Of course is the horse you get back on. As soon as I'm like that, I don't know how many of you are. The moment I fail, I repeat, because I just can't live with that. So I got to do it again. Immediately. So there I'm trying to parry and thrust at the same time. I have no idea what I'm doing technically. Like I said, I haven't started the Bolognese yet. I'm just trying to move around before I thrust, because I find that more helpful than to just stand there and try to poke. So I think the sword is disgusting in the way it looks. That was the reason for the video. I can't get over how grotesque it is. But at the same time, if I needed a thrust-centric sword, I can't think of anything else that is more perfect for, is just because that's all it is. If you want to break the bones in the hand, you've got enough percussive force there to do it. Slashing across the face may not decapitate, but it's certainly going to distract just before the thrust. And the thrust works. So yeah, if any of you guys got thrusters out there, you folks, and you want to play around, try the mat targets. They're really a lot of fun. Set it up and just poke, 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 poke away. Use it like a pel. It works great. It works great. If you got a sword that can pull it off. I know some are really floppy, and that's just impossible to do this kind of stuff. You need a really rigid blade to be jamming at mat targets. Or bottles, jugs, big jugs, full of water. Yeah, they do it. They do it just fine. The dagger, what dagger is that? Well, that's my poignard. The poignard from Windlass.
Hi, baby. How you doing?
So that's about that. That's it for that ugly sword, my ugly duck sword demonstration of something that's really gross to look at. But when it's in your hand, wow, it feels perfect. And it performs exactly the way it is supposed to perform.